everyone, welcome again. Welcome back to our channel. We welcome Mercy again, another episode with Mercy. Mercy, welcome to our channel.
Thank you so much. I'm so glad to be back.
Oh, you're welcome, guys. Guys, today we are just going to share our visa experiences, how we got our visas approved in 30 seconds.
Right.
Guys, can you believe that?
Yeah.
Let's get started. Mercy will go first, then I will come next. So, Mercy, over to you. How was your visa experience? What were the questions that you were asked during your visa interview, and how did you answer them?
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Aji. That's a very interesting question, actually. My interview, I would say, was a very interesting interview because I only had one question that was specific to my intentions of being a student. The rest of the questions had nothing to do with me being a student, but rather about my life in general.
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds great.
So the only question that I had that I was asked that was specific to my student transition was, why are you going to the school that you're going to? Okay. So so my answer then was, I am going to this particular school to pursue my master's in this particular program because it aligns with my current career interests, and it is also going to give me an opportunity to build onto my aspirations of expanding my career. Okay. Also, the school has this track record of these kinds of programs. They have these kinds of professors. I have, in fact, made contact with these professors. We've gone through, I've shared with them my career aspirations, what I look forward to after graduation. And, we kind of have a measured conclusion of the fitness of the program and my career aspiration. So that was the only question that I was asked that was specific towards my education journey. Yes. But the rest of the questions after that was about my life in general. I was asked about my career, my job, which I described in detail what it entailed, how my day-to-day looked like, who my, the metrics that, I would look for when I'm trying to figure out whether I'm being successful in each day or not. They asked, the gentleman was very, curious about my travel history.
Wow.
He wanted to know the places I've traveled to, how my touristic experiences about those places were. He asked about my own expectations of transitioning to the US, right? How I was looking forward to changes, maybe transitioning in terms of culture, what I was looking forward towards in terms of maybe climate change and things like that. So that's why I strongly emphasize on the importance of having a kind of like depth when you're preparing yourself to go to the embassy. Because most of us get sort of narrowed into only about the academics, the school, the program. We get really narrowed down into the school and forget about our whole life experiences, because you are a whole human being.
That's
right?
True. Yeah.
So the visa officer is not limited to asking you questions to only your school and academics.
That's true. Yeah.
They can ask you questions from any sector of your life. If you mention in your DS 160 you're married, they could ask you questions about your marriage.
Very true.
If they look at your dear 60 and they see, oh, you have children or a child, they could ask you questions about your child or children.
That's true.
They could ask you questions about your travel history.
Mm-hmm.
They could ask you about your political views or
Nice.
they have no limits on what kind of question all they need to see is that you understand yourself, that you are a student, you understand yourself as a student, and you can articulate yourself.
Oh, yeah.
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 And as they ask you these questions, remember, they don't have the whole day.
3 minutes, you know?
3 minutes. That's the longest I think I've seen.
Yeah,
the longest.
minutes.
Most interviews will take 2 minutes max.
Yeah.
2 minutes. So you should be able to speak eloquently and fluently as the questions come, and not just peg yourself specifically to academics.
Oh, yeah.
That's why you need to have like a body of work that is about you. You know yourself, be able to answer questions, be able to give your experiences. You know, don't go there and get lost in monologue conversations.
Yeah.
Be interesting, you know.
Yeah.
I've seen people who have never had any travel experience, but they would start a conversation about, they would even interview the visa officer themselves, you know.
Can you hear that, guys?
Yes, they would. So they would ask, so where are you from? And the visa officer would say, oh, I'm from Ohio in the US. Oh, or I'm from Idaho. So, oh, I had Idaho has some of the best potatoes in the US. Idaho potatoes. You know, you have to be inquisitive and curious.
Very inquisitive.
Yeah. So that was my experience.
Oh, yeah. Wow. Sounds great. Really, you had a really nice experience with the view.